accessories because they violate Auntie's branding guidelines.
Best we start discussing.
The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
Should we consider going in with a plan this time? Or is it going to be another improvised free-for-all?
Bullet could solve a lot of problems. Provided we can reach DeVries before she enacts her plan to kill the delegates.
This unit is obligated to advise against blowing up a space station as a form of retribution. Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach the main chamber for the peace talks will be through its underbelly. Be advised, in the absence of Victor, status deceased, and his explosives, Agent DeVries and her team will be committed to a frontal assault. Some of the station's security automechanicals may also be operable and may attack both your team and hers, Commander.
Normally a wise approach, yet time is a key factor and a dwindling resource.
Additionally, per the Earth Directorate Manual, when lacking equivalent combat forces, determination and vast amounts of ammunition may make up the difference.
Always up to erase an erratic variable.
I'm coming with you. Who better to make DeVries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of her own Phantoms? Good. Would have been a shame if DeVries was the reason for us falling out too.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station. Confirmed. Use the astrogator when you are ready to navigate to the station, Commander.
Careful now. You sure haven't lost it? Your boundless energy. What
How
in
are
the
the
where
informant
now?
lines treating you? Hear anything good?
Not terribly. My only field down to Patriot Station. You know when you
Greetings again. Hope that little day excursion you and I jawed about is going well. Libations or information? What's your poison?
The encampment had been razed. I'm sorry to say there were no survivors, but I believe we were able to uncover what transpired. We managed to accomplish our goals. This counts for more than a little, I'd say.
I'm surprised. Didn't know if you had it in you, especially with an Arbiter in tow. But you got what was needed. Not bad at all. I'd be happy to direct you to the broker. First, though, we've got a small issue. There's a malfunctioning lamp in the basement I need someone to take a look at. Here's a keycard to get you down there. You mind? Just trust me and go give it a look.
Anyone had asked me, I'd have put the odds of a live arbiter finding his way into my chambers at 1 in a few trillion. Good that you didn't come here for blood, Arbiter Rao. Barney would have sniffed it out and broken you in twain. And I do disdain mopping up Protectorate corpses. Names are nothing. I could tell you the titles of the periodicals he has stashed beneath his bunk, but I won't, unless he tries my patience.
If you know who I am, you must know why I'm here. My mentor died under vague circumstances, and I desire any information pertaining to the specifics of her death.
Interesting. That question appears to be at odds with High Command's public statement on the matter. Losing faith in your masters?
No. But I cannot shake the sensation that something was awry with her passing. If you know something, tell me. Please.
I could get used to this kind of groveling. Your instincts are right, Arbiter. Though we don't know the specifics. I received information that your mentor's body bore signs of a fight, and a nasty one. Someone killed her.
Yes. Yes, it was. I'd hoped to be proven wrong, but vindication has cemented my resolve. I shall uncover what happened, no matter what.
If that's all, I think you'd best get along. I prefer not to sully my quarters with Protectorate lackeys. Live ones, anyhow.
And I prefer to limit my time with scheming blackguards. Let us take our leave from present company. Speak to me outside, if you would. There's something I'd care to ask you.
Yeah, how about this? I recruited a Protectorate subject direct link from Bastion, middle of a Protectorate holding.
Think I'll congratulate you for risking your hide to recruit one subject? Forgive me for withholding my applause.
You're jealous of my charms.
Yeah, real jealous. So are the half-dozen AC ad execs I recruited last week. We're all just vomitous with envy.
The role of the Arbiter typically does not require the assistance of others. We are expected to act as wholly independent entities. But I fully realize that had I not your aid today, my investigation's progress would have stalled and withered. During our investigation, I gauged your trustworthiness and did not find it wanting. What say we travel together? I think you have earned forthrightness. I came to Free Market Station to seek the true killer of my mentor, the Supreme Arbiter. Sub Rosa deals in information, and were thusly my best lead on her killer. They gave me less than I'd hoped, but it was at least a start. Unfortunately, I cannot act truly alone. I have no ship, and no support. Utilizing one of our craft for independent purposes would have rendered me conspicuous. I knew Sub Rosa would offer steady transport as long as I paid their exorbitant fees, just as I knew they would collect information on my every movement. But I neither trust them, nor have the funds to continue this relationship for much longer. You, on the other hand, have proven to be a capable partner. I will keep to my convictions in any case, but I understand. What instructions would you have me follow? Be nice. This may prove to be a challenging duty. I will listen to your words, and I shall follow your orders. I will not assail enemies of the Protectorate without your consent, though I will not like it. But if my sense of duty outpaces my willingness to comply with an order, or if you attack my brethren unprovoked, our relationship will come to an abrupt end. Excellent. Excellent. I hope our working relationship is most fruitful. I'm sure we shall discover much together.
Rubbing shoulders with Protectorate arbiters now, are we? I'll reserve judgment. Hopefully, he can as well. And miss all this stimulating conversation? Fine. I shall go scrapbook my memorable intercessions, or otherwise reinforce your notion of activities enjoyed by people of my vintage.
Let us be off, Commander.
Ah!
Time.
Firearms that explode in your face? Come to Not a Weapons Store!
Time to goggle the rift, Commander. We've got to get to DeVries.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue. To begin our...
That ship over there bears more than a passing resemblance to the Incognito. Perhaps it belongs to that wayward backstabber of yours?
This must be... satellite that sent an emergency ping across the system. What led me to you, Commander? And why is DeVries hanging on to it?
Architect's mercy. Is that supposed to be some manner of satellite? It looks like it was assembled by a drunk, blind waste technician.
console at all... at all costs. It's you, is it not? The one Agent DeVries warned me to expect? Well, see here. If you intend to stop me, you're far too late. What? No, I don't. Or maybe I do, if that's what it'll take to stop you. I won't underestimate you like those folk at the monastery did. I'll be vindicated in the end.
We need answers, now. How we extract those answers, I'll leave up to you, Commander. Personally, I'd start with the knees.
You'll do no such thing. My willpower is stout, my loyalty unshakable. And even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths buy Agent DeVries and our comrades the time they need, so be it. You're mistaken if you think we'd make it easy for you. We're trained, I'd have you know, with guns and the art of fisticuffs. But it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to save the Order from itself. Oh, merciful law, please, no. I'll tell you what you want to know. Look, there, on the console behind me. It has all you need to know about Agent DeVries' plans. I swear it. Oh, and you'll find another team ahead wrangling the automechs. They are to secure the station while Agent DeVries makes for the forum chamber. She plans to eliminate the delegates before negotiations are concluded, so you ought to move fast. Now, with your leave, we'll make our retreat.
No time to waste. Let's have a look at those plans.
Sovereign is regarded as...
I'll admit, it's probably good this technology never caught on. We'll need to find and replace the proper fuse to get it functioning again.
His ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping redworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion? If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you suggested, but his advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Solely? Your previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be believed. Do not act like the current rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over evil. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
Those mechs sure didn't take the punches. Should be a snap them up.
Quarry. Eyes up. Hostiles.
Taking cover!
Scanning for quarry. The Sovereign provides. The system abides. Origin unclear. Attempting to give chase. Seeking to determine origin and/or cause.
Let us turn our attentions once more to Golden Ridge. I am grateful we could come to an accord after that unfortunate attack on Outpost Opportunity, but many questions remain.
Of course. Allow me to offer this bit of data, then. The true cause of the attack was a proctor named Svoboda. My brave colleague and promptly executed her.
Ah, so the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Countless, brutal murders at the hands of a seer, was it? How was he not stopped?
The carnage was counted and thoroughly documented, I assure you. And again, the culprit was promptly...
Let me take the heat off the commander. Just so you will. Hey! Got a distraction for you!
Neither of our parties has enough goodwill with the other to proceed directly to an alliance.
This unit welcomes you to the utility atrium. My records do not indicate that any authorized personnel remain aboard the station. But I am programmed to exchange wares for monetary compensation for whosoever seeks it. Praise be...
work of snipers. My armor is reinforced against much, but I'd care not to test it against high-powered rifles.
And my hammer.
Let's wreck him!
I am primed to fight!
Have you given up? I can hear you scampering around like a little sprat.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Have you given up? I can hear you scampering around like a little frog. What are you doing down there?
That was a nice exercise, but I suspect our time is more limited than either of us realize. Best move quick, lest those delegates of yours meet a grim end.
We came here in good faith to offer a merger and an alliance, and yet our parties will still be at each other's throats by the end of this. Is this really what you want?
It'd be foolish to even consider an alliance when you so clearly wish to bend Arcadia to Auntie's will. Should the fighting intensify, and it shall, it will be due to your pride. Presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people. Until you acknowledge this, I fear we will never reach an accord.
Foresight does not win wars. A military's might does. Our very own Officer Carr has proven that, exploiting weaknesses in the Protectorate to great effect. Do you have such drive?
So you think that your people should rule? I don't wish to denigrate your military.
Those two are such easy targets, I almost wish to shoot them. Double time it.
Collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no further than the abbot, who welcomed refugees to Matriarch's mercy.
Yet he struggled to feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed if he couldn't see his right hand was actively undermining him.
Oh, damn you.
Meanwhile, Auntie's choice has done little to alleviate the refugees.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Abara, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. Oh, and once you stop me, will you stop speaking for him too? I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. Well, it certainly didn't take long for your insolence to rear its ugly head. Taking one life or two, or losing my own, matters not, so long as I complete my mission. The one I started, but the Order saw fit to abandon. You don't know the half of it. I hope you are not implying that I'm colluding with those close-minded, brutish fools. Any benefit they may gain is purely circumstantial. Everything I do for the betterment of the Order, whether they care to realize it or not. The mission that I started at Horizon Point must be finished. It was the Seers who came to me back then. They showed me their data, proving that the Protectorate's Rift experiments would lead to our galaxy's destruction. I didn't want to believe them. But as more and more of their predictions came to pass, I knew I had to act. I had to destroy Horizon Point and its research to prevent annihilation.
That's law, Augustine. You could have told us what you were planning instead of letting us blunder into a trap.
No, I couldn't have. Had I deviated from the plan even the slightest amount, it could have jeopardized everything. I had to avert a far worse disaster. By any means. You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the Seers had predicted that you and your team would perish in the process regardless. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay to ensure the mission's success. And I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. That's not what happened. Your presence disrupted their equation, and the mission could not risk failure. And I didn't kill any of you. I simply did not interfere.
Sure you ain't kin to Auntie Cleo? Because you sure as hell know how to pass the buck.
Whatever you think of me, it wasn't so simple to sit back and listen as they met their ends. Every instinct I had was yearning to act, but I could not. I know the distinction matters not to you, but it does to me. And what happened there forced me to search for a way to stop the rifts. To stop the thoughts that plagued me. And I learned of a prototype rift modulator in a lab on Praetor. I brought down the Earth Directorate satellite for its rift data. These are the keys to controlling the rifts, I know it. The Order alone should have this power. They can be trusted to close the rifts. But if they share this knowledge with Auntie's Choice, the entire galaxy's existence will be at risk. You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won, when fought with rifts instead of guns. You see? The Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, everything I have done will have counted for nothing.
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I can't listen to any more of these excuses. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick, before she can hurt anyone else.
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us again right now. I do, in fact. I recall you couldn't spare so much as a word for me then. Real kind-like. Trust we'll be having words on the ship about all this, Commander. If the Vreze doesn't shoot us in the back before then.
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will change the issue at hand. If I'm to give the Order the means to close the rifts, the peace talks must end. 2 dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Do you wish me to beg forgiveness? Torture myself in an attempt at atonement? I tell you, if there had been another path, I would have taken it. These delegates cannot leave here. I will not let your crew's sacrifice, your sacrifice, be in vain. It can't be for nothing.
Let's wreck him!
arbiter. The universe does not deign to give us a moment's respite. Time for a tactical retreat, I say.
That rift's not getting any smaller. Come on, Commander. Huff and puff it.
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines. The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations. I have also detected competing priorities in the new mission objectives. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. Studies have shown that popular cakes, such as those produced by Auntie's Choice, often contain greater amounts of allowable defects, such as hair, insects, and mammalian excreta. Consumption of such products is not recommended. Understood. No further reminders will be provided regarding Cake. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive, and may be open to working with you to regain access. Seeking their assistance is recommended. Coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages expressing gratitude. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the Rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. Proceed with caution. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on Cloister. You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal. Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed and Valuable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander. You may use the astrogator to navigate there at any time.
So, that's it then. DeVries dead, justice served. Galaxy still needs saving, but we'll get to that. Am I that transparent? And you're not exactly Commander Compassion. I once thought DeVries the upper limit of what an agent could be. Certainly everything I aspired to be. Tough, brave, smart, and now she's dead. By our hand. Thought I'd feel relief or something akin to it. But mostly I just feel unbalanced. Like a mech with gimbals on the fritz. Now you're speaking my language, Commander. DeVries earned her grave, sure enough. So why does killing her feel like... hell, I don't know. Putting out a star? Damn. And here I was hoping you'd have some pearls of wisdom to drop on me. Don't suppose you have any advice on how to move forward from here? Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander. I hear you. Appreciate you making time to listen to me jawing on about all this. Might need a few to work through my thoughts, but I'll be ready for whatever comes next. Don't you fret. A short-range transmission just came in from Zeb. Sounded urgent. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the Matriarch, here on Praetor. It's where the Matriarch and First Sovereign are buried, supposedly. It's the Protectorate, Commander. What they say publicly and what is actually true ain't usually the same. Zeb left out the mission parameters. Probably worried his message might be intercepted. Not unfounded, given the Protectorate presence on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us again if he needed help. Reckon we should take it as a compliment. Zeb doesn't trust easy. Anyway, I'd really like to go. If there's time. Much obliged. The sooner we can rendezvous at the tomb, the better. Got the sense that whatever's going down, it's happening now.
observe that formidable structure in the distance. I hope the device we are after remains within.
Protectorate control of Praetor. Has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
On your command. That's one hell of a wall. Going over or under's out of the question. But what about around?
Thankfully, we've options. I recall a secret passage in the tomb of the matriarch that will see us around the blockade. That sound! Mortar fire! We must take cover immediately!
Well, now, looks like we've got ourselves a little tackle.
You're about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly. If you have business with Commander Purcell, I suggest you get to it. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
What have we here? You're definitely not a member of my battalion. You best be here on business. My time is valuable. We were working on getting around it by tunneling through a mountain. Unfortunately, work is ground to a halt, extending my deployment on this void-forsaken dirtball. Our equipment detected some kind of anomaly, mostly vibrations. Until we know what it is, I ordered to stop. Causing a cave-in gains us nothing. Agreed. But they have no defenses on that side. Why would you defend the side of an unclimbable mountain range? We could catch them off guard and put an early end to this campaign. Of course not, No, I'm not gonna dig into this right now. Why would I be? Are your lamps broken? Praetor is a dirtball racked by lightning storms. I understand the strategic value of Praetor, but this assignment is beneath me. In orbit, sitting in HQ, being involved in overall strategic planning of this system-wide campaign. My superior assigning me here. What else? I'd be more like to take offense at that if you didn't actually have a point. The path to promotion is always open to those with the willpower to seize it. I must redouble my efforts and end this campaign quickly. Seems I needed harsh words to spur me to action. So I suppose I owe you my thanks. Huh. That sounds like something a lifer on a factory line says.
Not a lot of unfamiliar visages this side of Praetor. Our surplus is available for purchase if you're in need of something. More than happy to
Banter elsewhere.
Seems the invaders seek to keep us out. And if they want us out,
Looks like
I
we're about to have company of the unwanted kind. You've 5 seconds to make plain your intent before I let my boys here pitch some swill at you. 4. Yeah, it will. 3. 2. Last chance. Some folks really don't have the sense given to a sprat. Don't say I didn't honor Auntie's Choice's obligatory 5-second grace period when dealing with nuisance customers. Dribble, gob, muck 'em up.
Hey, your vitals look grim, Commander. Roseby, my... The invaders seek to keep us out. And if they want us
It's
out,
like we're about to have
I
company
want
of the
in.
unwanted kind.
There's a new face. Any chance you've brung news from the commander? Can't restart the dig without his permission, and the clock's ticking on my getting that early completion bonus. It's a puzzler, that's for sure. More likely than not, some kind of old protectorate infrastructure. Maybe sewage or a conveyor. Messy, but mostly harmless. Worst case, it's a Zeranium gas pipe, and further drilling will kill everyone here in seconds. It'd be hard to collect bits for making a tunnel with no workers to dig it first. I see the angle you're coming from, but the long-term cost of hiring and training new workers outweighs the short-term gains of massive, layoffs. Keeping workers with hands-on experience is an important factor for long-term profitability. Good thinking, though. I'll keep you in mind next time I need help cutting costs. Not unless your lamps can see through solid rock and figure out what's on the far side. Goodbye, early completion bonus.
How about I do my job and you do?
You back to see more of the tunnel? I'll save you the trip. Not of Pebble as but pardon me, but you what? You just have a magic little device in your pocket that lets you detect enemy troops through 2 feet of solid rock? Well, ain't that something? Wait, that means they already dug half the tunnel for me. That bonus is still in reach. That don't change me needing to get the commander's go-ahead to restart the digging. What say you run yourself back to the base and get me the okay? Just down the road. Can't miss it.
I assume you've got something important to discuss, or a report to give. I don't have time to waste on idle jawing. Forgive my incredulity, but how did you get that information? I see. Quite a useful bit of technology. Our engineers determined this was the most geologically stable place to tunnel. The Protectorate likely did the same. It even stopped drilling for the same reason we did. I'll send orders to resume drilling immediately. We'll take them by surprise. Send them running, and I'll be one step closer to getting off this dirtball.
Fastest way forward is through!
Prudence dictates we
The
route
Sovereign
all
provides, the
disruptive
system
influences.
While there are many mental refreshment facilities to be found throughout Arcadia, Placid Waters Wellnetarium here on Praetor is uniquely special.
It is personally overseen by Head Refresh. Gould, the top cognitive advisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing than ever.
Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their assigned work? Report them for mental refreshment post-haste. It's not just a good idea, it's the law.
It is the duty of every
A right shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
Operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Subversive!
Technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all... and others are not.
Prudence dictates. You must keep your blood within, Commander!
While there are
Refresher Gould, the top cognitive devisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more
Come in, come right in, and be refreshed.
Are you ready to realign with the paradigm? To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts?
All it takes is some light instruction, a restorative cocktail,
And a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections. I'm Head Refresher Gould,
and I guarantee when you exit our doors,
you'll be a productive member of our perfect society again. Soon you'll say,
goodbye, imperfect thoughts, hello, contentment.
Just like being back on smoke extraction detail at the shipyards.
Greetings, subject. Or should I say, refreshed to be. Welcome to the Wellnetarium. You're not on my schedule. A walk-in, then. Wonderful. Once you're properly evaluated, we'll have you well on your way to refreshment.
Right. That's why we're here. Got some thoughts we need rinsed. I mean, washed. Deloused?
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of needing refreshment. Why, of course. Naturally. It is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts or lack a little zeal. Placid Waters Wellnetarium is the primary mental refreshment facility on Praetor. We are tasked with ensuring local subjects are serene, untroubled, and operating at peak efficacy. Simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / your right, and it will begin your assessment.
Greeting, subject unscheduled. Welcome to Placid Waters Wellnetarium. Evaluation commencing. Subjects are required to respond 100% accurately to all queries. Bespoke prescribed regimens may produce untoward ramifications if baseline data is greater than minutely erroneous. Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. Incorrect, but your response has merited a yaysayer verbal commendation for exceptional tactfulness in the field, allowing you partial credit. The accepted answer is, I fulfill my duty to the Sovereign as a loyal protectorate subject by operating at peak efficacy, without error, perpetually, each a vital cog. Query 2. Rate your present level of zealous efficaciousness on a scale of 1 to 5. 5 being the highest, 3 being a traitor, 1 being dead. Incorrect. The degree of zealous efficaciousness expected of a dutiful and true subject of the Protectorate is beyond measure. Query 3. Do you ever fall prey to imperfect thoughts, including, but not limited to, doubt, disbelief, uncertainty, curiosity, recalcitrance, and mischief? Unacceptable. A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry. Final query. How would your neighbors describe you? Unsatisfactory response. The appropriate reply was, they never questioned, never doubted. Their zeal never lagged. Formulating conclusion. Phrenometric matrix delineated. Subject evaluation score total 150 out of 200. The acceptable amount for a true and dutiful Protectorate subject is 0. In conclusion, you are in dire need of mental refreshment. Now, proceed to the nearby pneumatic tube to collect your complimentary unitard and lift pass. Next, proceed 1 floor down, where you will be directed further. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now. Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
Is to cold ruin. Efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
The mental refreshment process increases tractability, stifles undue agitation.
They would deem my resolve inadequate? Insanity! Their analysis procedure is clearly faulty.
Has concluded for today. Please proceed to the lecture hall to request an exception.
That's why we are all happy and content.
Settle down, everyone. The lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll talk
Greeting, unscheduled walk-in. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, how mentally refreshed are you feeling today? Response, zeal, noted. With hope, our highly trained refreshment facilitators will share your promising self-diagnosis. medicament dispensement has concluded for the day. Response. Medicaments are stored in medicament storage, the office in which this unit presently operates. Yet, it is strictly off-limits to all non-refreshment facilitator personnel. Farewell statement. May refreshment soon render you free from doubt. A vital cog once more.
Task free from doubt, efficient, perfect, and thus we enjoy amity, luxury, and resplendence. The system provides, the system abides.
Our enemies envy our prosperity.
The kitchen pantry is presently due to
Their team plays the worst. Oh, you're new. Must be. You still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Waylon. I once felt the same way. Others too. One even dug a tunnel. Staff didn't like that. They abraded that subject's phrenometric peak something good. Wait, I just blinked several times, didn't I? What did that signify? I couldn't leave. Not yet. Haven't completed my regimen. My phrenometric peaks are still jutting all over the place, they say. May you realign. Oh,
Siren's call
hello.
of independent thought falls on a deaf mind.
Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of your prescribed curative regime. Think only prescribed foods, and no bliss and plenty. Only the Protectorate possesses the advanced technology and know-how behind the mental refreshment process. That's why we are all happy and contented, and others are not.
Aw, a new face. Well, I'd welcome you to the Wellnetarium, but the designated subject reader ought to have attended to that by now. Admitting you question is the first step in your recovery, but worry not. Soon enough, with our help and a little work, you'll never question again. Questions are an unmistakable sign of worry, disquietment, and worst yet, rumination. Once the mind is a thing of symmetry, vexatious agitatements simply waft away. As every loyal and dutiful Protectorate subject knows, thinking is best left to our betters. You've missed the daily medicament dispensement, if that's what you mean. But you should take that up with the medicament dispensement automech directly. You must mean the lathe of particularity. One assumes you haven't had a session with Head Refresher Gould yet. You'll soon learn all about it, firsthand. I see you found the lecture as edifying as all the others here. Good, good. Collective cognitive compliance is a key part of the prescribed curative regimen. Head Refresher Gould provides us with daily lectures in audio cartridge form to steer group thinking. As they say, to think together is to together thrive. Upstairs in the audiovisual aids office, of course. Though that area is off limits to all subjects not a part of facility staff or security. How very interesting. Here, take my pass then. It grants access to all mid-privilege priority areas. You'll feel ever so much better once your phrenometric peaks have been abraded.
That could have gone worse. Not very inquisitive, was she? Seems the mental refreshment process takes the meddling right out of folks.
And others are not.
Prudence dictates we will all disruptive influences.
Got troublemaker.
Personally overseen by Head Refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why electro refreshment is so important.
Check enemy light just turned on.
Say, what's that sound? Why does the wall look so soft all of...
Oh, do I detect a whiff of reprioritin gas? You know, I suddenly feel a mite more pliable somehow. Surely nothing to question. I thought no one was due for peak abradement for hours. I should have your chart. Wait. Wait. Ha! You're not a Protectorate subject at all. You have the telltale look of wonder and introspection.
Apparently this one's never sampled his own supply before.
Well, this is normally where you'd say something. Listen to this one. You're a hoot. Oh dear, I seem to be a little unstable at the moment. But never fear, I have intellect to spare. Don't believe me? I can prove it. Even in a state such as this, I am more than able to apply my argumentative skills against the inferior minds and bankrupt philosophies of our rivals. To what end are you here? Tell me truly. Speak plainly. You know, I'm beginning to have an inkling about your purpose here, and whose employ you're under. A proposal. Adequately debate me on the merits and failings of each group's ideology, and I'll provide you what you're here for. I believe in the strength of our ideals. I'm quite certain I'll win you over. What's more, our colloquy promises to be vastly more diverting than my usual day-to-day blather. But if I'm wrong, what would Auntie's Choice or the Order or, my word, you're not a scrapper? Well, none of them will know what to do with our advanced know-how. Oh, do play along now. It's so rare I meet anyone of even mild intellectual capability. That does describe you, doesn't it? There's a good sport. Do try to keep up. So, what of the Order? Our former allies? Those cursed overthinkers, doomed to lives free of luxury, toiling away in ceaseless cogitation. What say you of them? A clear example of a life to avoid, yes? That's what happens when you get big ideas. What say you about Auntie's Choice, then? Tell me, is there any value in the vapid emptiness of those corporate consumerists? Their manipulations are crude, if not efficacious. The sugar-filled rubbish they consider food sounds truly disgusting. And yet I do lightly crave it after hearing their adverts. But to what end? For only the shallowest of goals, making bits. We, on the other hand, have transcended the petty exchange of goods and services. In the Protectorate, we have the best of everything. Food, technology, a sense of belonging, freedom from doubt, worry, hard work. No, the others simply cannot compare. I appreciate the compliment buried within there, I think. It is true that those of us more ingeniously minded can sometimes be misaligned with the Paradigm's plan. Temporarily, of course. One cannot and should not fight perfection. As it is right now, repelling faulty logic and wrong-headed thinking with gusto. No, the refreshment process isn't about thwarting examination, but obviating fear, uncertainty, and doubt. It's about making people happy. Well, admit I assumed this conversation would be more engaging. Did you have any final points you'd like to make? As a, last chance to distinguish yourself? Her opinion to me would be largely irrelevant. While I appreciate all she did, of course, there are those who are visionaries, and those of us who enact vision, who make it real. All right, fair enough. In that little battle of wits, one of us proved severely outmatched, and I'm not sure you're completely aware of which of us I'm referring to. I am deeply disappointed by your lack of intellectual prowess, though ultimately I'm not wholly surprised. Suppose that leaves one last thing.
Ready to take the heat off. We have an intruder. Just say which.
Report them for mental refreshment.
Wait.
It's not just
I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce!
Let's dispense with the how do you do's.
We have an intruder.
That seems...
Let's run!
We have an intruder.
Now, Commander.
Got troublemakers.
All it took was the light instruction, and they're...
freeloaders in our midst.
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive.
Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the maximal abradement setting, per instructions.
Maximal? Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to? Are you recording this? Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
You spent enough time on ice.
Taking cover.
Somehow. Our superiors must have arranged it.
Fulfill our duty to the Protectorate.
What the? Dispense judgment!
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject.
Let's get them over with!
What transpired at Horizon Point was a tragedy the likes of which the Protectorate had never seen, at least until the invasion. I understand you lost fellows there.
Take him out!
Edging forward!
That's a bad couple.
You have my thanks and my happiness.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Lost 4 members. Well, I guess 3. Got one back recently. I'd rather not talk about it.
Since probing a wound yet to go. We may speak of this a different time.
Sir, the smell of burning raptidons is rather pungent. Are there any concerns in regards to attracting further raptidons?
A good question, Morton. Command has informed me that the brutes will instinctively be repelled by the scent of their burning kin.
Approximating in our vicinity.
Rest easy in that regard.
Protectorate personnel, only beyond this point. Leave immediately. If you are not of the Protectorate, you are this unit's enemy. Preparing to unleash disproportionate amount of ammunition on unresponsive bystander.
Fastest way!
Detected.
Not to question the gift. But I'd expect a lot more personnel around for a lab of this size.